practice time here at Mexico. Zach Mills trying to get by Samir on the inside, going through Peralta. Oh, contact, and they both go spinning into Peralta. Here comes Zach Mills' teammate Corbett Williams. He's going to head into the pits. There goes oh dear, Samir's made contact, spun again, and Corbett Williams is in the tire wall. Oh dear, we're going to have to take a look at that again. Well, firstly, we have, of course, this spin with Zach Mills and Ozzy Samir. Zach Mills trying to get by on the inside through Peralta, but getting a bit too close for comfort, sending them both spinning. And then there goes Corbett Williams trying to get, well, he's barely trying to get by, he's just trying to get it to pit road, but I think he just went a bit wide, actually, getting into pit road. And I think Ozzy Samir was trying to head in as well, but she sent him into the wall and herself spinning once more. Zach Mills looking like he's been able to get by just fine. Well, his ghost just reappeared on the track, and Cal Weathers managed to get by without any drama. So there you go. Here's an incident in practice not caused by the goats. What's up, peeps? It's Hannaford. We're here at El Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Probably got it right that time. I think I got it right that time. Did I get it right that time? Oh, there's nobody there. That's great. It's in Mexico City. Sometimes they call it Mexico. You know, where do you live? Mexico, Mexico. There you go. It's like living in New York, New York. We know what New York, New York is. It's a hotel casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Where I live. Yeah. Anyways, the GOAT starts in pole today because he's the GOAT. He starts alongside your defending champion, Hibiki Ganaha. We've got Kika Honda and Juan Lapointe in the second row. Zachary Taylor and Ozzy Samir in the third row. Hidaka Jackson Carter Jr. the fourth row. We got Cal Weathers, Joey Trickle, Takumi Fujiwara, Jeff Lewis, Rupert Weissmuller, Adam Lewis, Michael Pedersen, Hadaka Amami, Makata Keikuchi, James Saunders, your road course challenge champion. As of yesterday, Zach Mills and Corbett Williams, RJ Sherry and Patrick Smith. Tito Peters, your previous race winner, didn't qualify so well today. Derek Hamill, Steve Morgan, and Chihiro Lindbergh. Those are the people rounding out the field. Anyways, it's going to be 11 laps around this racetrack in Mexico, an older version of it, the one they used in the Nationwide Series, I believe. Some race with sponsored by Delcel. You can see the Delcel advertisements in the background. Of course, the layout used for the modern Mexican Grand Prix since, I believe, 2015 is slightly different. Slightly, cars are lining up at the front straight, on the front straight. Yep, that's going well. You just warm the tires. As you can see, it's well, green flag is out, but that's not it really. Okay, we've got one light. Who cares? We're away now here at Mexico. It's a brilliant start from everybody. It's actually a better start from Ghana. LaPonte getting a push, giving her a push as well. Here they go towards turn 1. Is it going to be a disaster? It's a disaster. Bunch up in the back. Juan LaPonte and Ibiki Ghana. A bunch of other guys spinning into turn 1. That's a lot of people spun out into turn 1. Ghana gets spun around again. It was an absolute disaster of a first corner. Might take a look at that again. Oh, contact with, well, I think both Tauros and Joey Trickle actually. And here comes Zachary Taylor. He's right behind the goat now. And, well, we're going to take this moment to take a look at the first lap carnage once more. Let's analyze this. Look at it very closely. Okay, so heading into turn 1. To turn 1, yep, that's into turn 1. There's a bit of contact in the back with one of the Caterhams. Let's see which one that is. It's Jeff Lewis. No, it's the other one. If we can get to him, but there's Adam Lewis. I believe. Let's see, where did it all go wrong? Let's see where it all went wrong. Might actually be behind him. Yep, I think it's... What's the problem here? Where'd the problem come from? I believe it's Zach Mills. Zach Mills started this mess. Contact with Hadakawame on the rear end, and, well, it sent Adam Lewis up into the air as well. It really went badly wrong from there. Takumi Fujiwara got pushed into, I believe, his teammate, Cal Weathers, and then Hidaki into Toyota there, while Adam Lewis is a bit of a mess. Took out his teammate, Jeff Lewis, and Jackson Carter Jr. in the Williams. Joey Trickle made contact with Keika Honda, but I don't think he got the worst of it. And, of course, Hidaki pushed into Juan LaPonte and sent him and Hibiki Ghana spinning. Zachary Taylor managed to get rolling that. You see Joey Trickle, the two Salvers there, and a few other cars escaping the mess. Through the grass, and then the goat going a bit wide there. He managed to hold on to the lead, and, well, because he was on the inside line, and a bit of ways behind Hibiki Ghana going through there, he managed to withstand. Look at how little control he has over that car. He's gone for a really loose setup here. It's, well, just managed to find. He's just power sliding through all the turns here at Mexico City, but he's got himself into the lead. I think he's building up a commanding one. Talk often about commanding leads, but absolute bitter blow for Hibiki Ghana, who started on the front row. Now has a slightly damaged wing and 26th position. 26 cars to show for her troubles. Cal Weathers and Hideki Amami also have some damage to their front wings. Actually, a lot of people seem to have damage to their front wings. Juan LaPontier, well, he got caught up in the mess, and now he's at the back of the field. Tito Peters, well, he won your previous race in Canada, but he didn't qualify well anyways, and now he's at the tail end of the field. Here come everybody into Benaltano. We saw some spins. We saw one spin in practice. We didn't show you the goat spinning through that turn because that would have been painfully obvious to speak about. But yeah, I think the goat's trying to pull out a commanding lead at, well, one Grand Prix he'd call his home Grand Prix. Mexico, of course. Looks like he's actually managed to gain a bit more control over that car. It's Ferrari. Where's his teammate? Lindbergh is being scored as 11th, so just outside the points. It's been a while since he actually scored them. I believe her points came in Australia. Same with the Goats, if I'm correct. I believe he did finish on the podium. Second Australian Grand Prix in a row. So we could take a look at your order as these guys head to the S. There's a Goat in the lead. Oh, it's not the rarest thing in the world. Zachary Taylor running second. Jeff Lewis third, even though he got sent a bit sideways in that mess in turn 1. Rupert Weissmuller, Keika Honda, James Saunders, Zach Mills, Corbett Williams, Joey Trickle, and Michael Pedersen occupying the rest of the points positions. Chiro Lindbergh, Derek Campbell, Maki Takeuchi, Jackson Carter Jr., RJ Sherry, Ozzy Samir, Steve Morgan, Takumi Fujiwara, Adam Lewis, and Hidaki round out the top 20. In your bottom 6, Patrick Smith, though Patrick Smith could get by the slower Toyota of Hidaki, most likely. That's probably very likely. Juan LaPonte, Hideki Amami, Tito Peters, Cal Weathers, and Hibiki Ghana. Those are your bottom 6. Nobody's retired from the race, which is quite fortunate, actually. We could be on for a 26-man finish today, even though 26 man, I say, even though there are some women in the field. 26 human, I guess, finish. But it does look like Hidaka is going to hold 20th position and actually go for the dive bomb here on Adam Lewis. It wasn't much of a dive bomb, but two back markers, best of the back markers. Let's see who that is. Is it going to be Adam Lewis? He's going to hold it. He's going to have the inside heading to this next turn there, and well, Hidaka is doing a good job of holding it side by side, but she has given him enough space, and well, she could end up giving Patrick Smith more space once more. Let's take a look up at the front of the field to see what the drama is concerning these guys. Here comes the goat out of Benaltada, and well, any battles up at the front? It's not looking like it, actually. It seems that the entire field is single filed out. You can see just how far away Hibiki Ganaha is from the race leader, who's just crossed the line, the goat. Start lap 4 as Ganaha heads through Penaltada. So, yeah, it looks like everybody's single filed out, which is what we usually see in the F1 races, and then there's a lot of drama to speak about. So let's take a look at your lap times while we're at it. The goat is the fastest lap time, a minute 20.470, which incidentally was faster than his qualifying time, which was about 1 minute 20.6 something. Joey Trickle has the second fastest lap. Then Zachary Taylor, who's running in second. Zach Mills, he's running in the top 10 somewhere. Yes, he's in 7th position. Jeff Lewis, I believe, who's running at the top, right? Yeah, there's Jeff Lewis running in 3rd place. Then Michael Pedersen, Corbett Williams. Is that Rupert Weissmuller? Yep, Rupert Weissmuller. Hibiki Ganaha, so that's good for her. She might end up making up a few positions if she's got more pace. And Kiku Honda, those are your 10 fastest laps. Incidentally, your slowest one is Hidaka. That's quite funny. So she's lapping slower than everybody else, but managing to hold 20th quite well. It actually seems that Adam Lewis has dropped from 19th. So, bitter days for him. Bitter pill. Such things. Lap 5 of this race, we're nearly at the halfway point, and yes, the goat has built up quite a commanding lead. Can't even see Zachary Taylor right there. Let's see where he is. Go on board with him. Can you see the goat? Where's the goat? It's not as if he's wearing white stripes too. He's just driving a red car. Well, he's got white on his fire suit probably, but let's see. Can you see him? In the distance, right there. Yes, there you go. Gives you an idea of just how much ground Zachary Taylor would need to make up in order to catch up to the GOAT and have a chance of getting Marussia their second win in a row this season. Nice job from Jeff Lewis. Jeff Lewis, who had a bit of heartbreak yesterday as James Saunders finished first at the final race of the UPS North American Road Course Challenge. At Homestead, Jeff Lewis was having a good day, and then the GOAT spun on the final lap of all things. Right in both his direction and his brother's direction, and they finished at the tail end of the field. Jeff Lewis was holding 8th consistently, but that wouldn't have been good enough to get him into the championship. He really would have needed to win. Make sure that James Saunders had a quite worse finish. Second wouldn't have sufficed from him as Zachary Taylor heads into the pits. That's one of the Mercedes following him. James Saunders, one of the Saubers as well. Who's that? Michael Pedersen of Williams. R.J. Sherry. Then Adam Lewis in the Caterham. Hidaka in the Red Bull, and Cal Weathers in the Renault. Not about to let the microphone catch me talking to my mom, and I end up spoiling the race. That's James Saunders. He's the guy who went in, right? Yep, that's everybody who's in. You can see the GOAT has stayed out, and his tires are looking a bit worn, so he's definitely going to want to come in as soon as he can. Jeff Lewis up at the second, Kika Honda third, Rupert Weissmuller fourth, Zach Mills fifth. These positions might very well shift as these guys head into the pits. I don't think they're going to be changing positions very much out on the racetrack today, so pit stops will be everything really. Corbett Williams 6th, Joey Trickle 7th, Chiro Lindbergh 8th. Did I say self? I don't know. Derek Camel 9th, and Maka Takeichi 10th. Maka Takeichi looking like she might get by Derek Camel. She's definitely looking a bit feisty. Chiro Lindbergh's not on the racing line. She's going to try to... Where's backing over? There's a Makita Kikuchi's teammate, Asa Samira, side by side of Takumi Fujiwara. Let's see if these guys head into the pits. Goat has stayed out, actually. He's going to try to complete another lap on his more tires. But it looks like the rest of the field is coming in. Jeff Lewis, Keika Honda, Rupert Weissman, Zach Mills, we already named these guys. Let's see, where do we stop? Jackson Carter Jr., Steve Morgan, Asa Samira, and Takumi Fujiwara, of course. Oh, a bit of contact with Steve Morgan and Shira Lindbergh. Wow, she qualified last, as it turns out. Patrick Smith, Juan LaPointe into the pits. Hibiki Ganha there as well. And look at Zachary Taylor. He's just going to fly by most of them. You can see James Saunders in the background. Right there. So all these guys are just going to fly by. Who's going to win the race off pit road? Well, it looks like it's going to be Rupert Weissmiller. He's going to get passed by James Saunders, of course. And he might get passed by Michael Pedersen as well, but Weissmiller is out in front of Zach Mills. Can Pedersen beat them too? Turn 1. No, he can't. He could get by Mills. Oh dear. That's the two Sours up in the points. Keika Honda could very well help out his teammate there, but I don't think Michael Pedersen's going to have too many problems there. Yep, he's definitely in front of Zach Mills. That's some lovely stuff. R.J. Sherry up into whatever position. Then Corbett Williams, Jeff Lewis, and Chihiro Lindbergh. Not sure where these positions are, but we'll figure it out someday. That's the goat into the pits. Fantastic. Oh, these are some nice pit lane shots, actually. We could have taken a look at these earlier, but well, just had to gloss over it, of course. We're, of course, going to watch the goat do his pit stop. Pretty fast one from the GOAT, 15.8 seconds. Let's see where Zachary Taylor is. Oh my days, he's about to cross the line. The GOAT's going to have to really struggle to get back up to speed. You see him just merging back onto the racetrack. I think he put up a little bit of grass while he was at it, but that's to go back onto the racing line, heading into turn 1. Here comes Zachary Taylor. It's 4 laps to go. Can Zachary Taylor catch the GOAT and take the lead of this race at what the GOAT calls his home Grand Prix, despite him having only been to Mexico once in the past 10 years. Oh dear, contact! The GOAT goes spinning right into the wall. Oh my days, that was absolute drama. He spins back onto the racetrack. He loses position to James Saunders. Rupert Weissman and Michael Pedersen going to get by him as well. Corbett Williams, I think, too. That's Zach Mills and Keika Honda as well. Can R.J. Sherry beat him as well? There's Corbett Williams. Okay, great. And Chihiro Lindbergh still not in the points. Wow. Let's take a look at that again. That was quite surprising. Again, the GOAT just struggling for control heading onto that straight. He tries to get back, and I think he corrected a bit too much there and let himself get spun out completely by Zachary Taylor. That's going to lose him loads of times. Absolutely disastrous for him. He's gotten that completely wrong. Zachary Taylor doesn't have it wrong, though. So he's up into the lead. Yay! Here comes Zachary Taylor down the final straight. You can see that now he's got the commanding lead over James Saunders, that is, and he's about to have 3 to go. He's going to start in lap 9 of 11 as he goes around Pedaltada. Of course, he's artificial intelligence, so he's probably not going to bottle it. Hopefully he doesn't bottle it. There he goes. Down the front straight. Zachary Taylor could really be on to win this race. It's most likely that he will take the win here at Mexico City. Let's see where the GOAT's ended up. Sure he's around here somewhere. There he is. And we're just being told he's lost 4th gear. Wow. Drama for him. Fantastic. The GOAT has lost 4th gear. 4th gear is probably the most important on this racetrack. He's gone wide again. Oh, nearly contacted the wall. He kind of went through the mip a bit there, but I don't think there was too much contact, but he has let R.J. Sherry, even Corbett Williams through. Jeff Lewis can get by 3 wide there. Corbett Williams, R.J. Sherry, and the GOAT. Wow. Those GOATs trying to slide through that turn. The S's, of course, but I don't think that's gone too well for him, actually. Keika Honda trying to get by Zach Mills on a different note. I don't think Zach Mills is going to give up that position either, but is Keika Honda going to let the GOAT get by him so easily? GOAT and Zach Mills side by side. Keika Honda left for chips by him. Zach Mills as well, and Zach Mills still trying to stay out in front of Keika Honda. More importantly, 2 to go for Zachary Taylor. He's really got a chance here to get Marussia 2 wins in a row. We did mention that earlier. I hope you understood the foreshadowing there, but nothing set in stone. Here comes the GOAT trying to get by Michael Pedersen into turn 1 there. A bit of a lockup, but that's normal fare. Oh, contact! I think the GOAT was really trying to spin him out there, and he could do it again, but oh, look, he's actually managed to avoid going wide, heading on to the straight underneath the straight with the Corona banner overhead. Corona, of course, tastes like piss, but you didn't hear that from me. That's a lie, you did hear it from me, but my dad said it first. I trust my dad because he's been drinking since 1995, summer of 1995. So he's been drinking for at least 20 years. Well, most likely. Quite certain he had a beer his first day of being 21. July 10th, 1995. The GOAT going insanely wide at that turn. We just forgot about that for a second there. And he's up into, what position? 4th. Yeah, he's up into 4th. Here he goes through Battletown. Could he make it up and go from hero to 0 back to hero once more? And still Zach Mills fighting with a salver. That's Michael Pedersen this time. Well then. Final lap for Zachary Taylor. All he has to do is not bottle it and keep the GOAT from getting by him. Can he do it? We'll take a look. Rupert Weissmuller and James Saunders definitely hoping that they can hold on to their podium position today. Here comes the GOAT into turn 1. And he's spun it. Oh, days. Disaster for the GOAT. He's going to lose all those positions he made up after so much hard work. He finds himself behind Corbett Williams. And, well, it's really looking like a good day for the Salvers. And the Toro Rossos are both going to have people finishing in the points today, but looks like it's going to be the same for, well, no. No, it's not. No. Here comes Jeff Lewis. Where's Adam Lewis? He's still at the back of the field, yeah? Yep, that's sad. He's just in front of Hibiki Ganaha. Who's in last? Cal Weathers. Well, that's pretty sad, but looks like the GOAT's managed to get by Corbett Williams. There he goes, flying by Keika Honda. He's going to fly by Zach Mills and Michael Pedersen as well, trying to get back into 4th position. That's really all that matters. Oh dear, contact, and Zach Mills gets sent straight by the GOAT into the wall. The GOAT going through the grass, and Zach Mills is going through the grass as well. We're going to have to look at that again because Zach Mills just, wow. Bandicam totally screwed me over. Just a few feet before, and Zach Mills would have gone straight into the wall. I just called him Zach. That's the GOAT flying by Keika Honda. Can he get by Michael Pedersen as well? Yes, he can, but it won't be good enough for a podium. James Saunders trying to defend from Rupert Weissmuller. Zachary Taylor comes towards the line, and he's going to see the checkered flag before anyone else. Zachary Taylor wins in Mexico City. And heartbreak for the GOAT, who isn't even on the podium in Mexico. And quite surprisingly, it is once again time for the American and Russian national anthems. It's funny because when all these stories about Russia buying, ads on Facebook and bots on Twitter, it's weird. Also, the American anthem being played in Mexico. How about that? Crashing, entering pit road, running out of fuel, getting spun on pit road. It's just a normal O2 F1 Series race. As per usual, the GOAT was fastest in both practice and qualifying. Incidentally, Zach Mill's slowest in practice, and, well, Cheer Lindbergh's slowest in qualifying. Zachary Taylor wins today. James Saunders and Rupert Weissmuller on the podium. The GOAT 4th, Michael Pedersen 5th, Keke Honda 6th, Corbett Williams 7th, Zach Mills 8th, Jeff Lewis 9th, and RJ Sherry 10th. So, yup, both Toro Rossos and Saubers in the points today. That's happy days for them. No points for Chihiro Lindbergh, Derek Hamill, Joey Trickle, Maki Takeuchi, Steve Morgan, Jack Dakota Jr., Tito Peters, Patrick Smith, Ai Hidaka, Takumi Fujiwara, Juan Lapointe, Ozzy Samir, Adam Lewis, Hibiki Ganaha, Gamami, or Cal Weathers. Yeah, well, I got self-conscious because I screwed up some Japanese names again. I'm gonna stay here until I get it right. Of course, we got. All right, let's go through all of them. Keke Honda, that's pretty easy. Okay. Maki Takeuchi. That one's okay. The pace car's lonely. Maki Takeuchi, Ai Hidaka, that's pretty easy too. Takumi Fujiwara, yeah, we got that right. Ozzy Samira, that was okay that time. Hibiki Ganaha, decent, and Haruka Amami. Haruka Amami, okay. Zachary Taylor shows some muscle in Mexico City, 2007, no chicane. Yeah, next race, the American Grand Prix, not to be confused, of course, with the United States Grand Prix, which will be at Indianapolis, as it always is. This one is going to be at COTA. Yeah, COTA. So, Zachary Taylor, after his win today, moves up to the top of the point standings, just 2 points ahead of his teammate Tito Peters, both Marusha's first and second in the standings. Look at the GOAT, he moved up to 10th. That sucks. Bottom half of the field, Jeff Lewis managed to score points today. So, Haruka Amami, Takumi Fujiwara, Maki Takeuchi, Ai Hidaka, and Joey Trickle still have yet to score points. Marusha moves to the top of, well, extensively to the top of the table. They took the lead last race after Tito Peters won. But to look at Sauber, they managed to move it to second, even though Sauber has different drivers this year. They still got the pace and, you know, the ability to score points. Williams in third. Ferrari moving up to 6th after the GOAT's 4th place finish today. Caterham moved ahead of Toyota, and Force India is still at the bottom. Voice broke. Oh well. It's been Hanafuda. It's been a time and a half, an honor, and I will see you in the next video.